Hi and welcome back, guys. Hope you're all having a great day out there. Well, a brand new Ripple Quarterly webinar with Mike Higgins, the international CEO of Ripple Prime, has surfaced. And I have a feeling this is going to have XRP haters fuming. I mean furious, because this is extremely bullish for XRP. Also, as it is a massive week this week for the Clarity Act and what's said and done, I want to discuss in this video some of the latest updates there. If you do like talking about both Ripple and XRP, drop an X in the comment section, smash that like button, and let's get into it. Now, I want to start with the Clarity Act because, again, this is a big week. The biggest week we've had in a very, very long time, as Eleanor Terrett put out Crypto PACs target Maryland, New York primaries as Clarity Act faces critical week ahead of July 4th recess. Now, if you don't already follow her or follow Crypto in America, you definitely should. She's always got her finger on the pulse. But she put out her newsletter talking about how with Clarity, it is crunch time. Writing pro-crypto senators and industry advocates are expected to push to make as much progress as possible on the Clarity Act before lawmakers leave for a 2-week recess on Thursday this week in just a couple days. Member meetings and staff level negotiations aimed at resolving outstanding issues on provisions in the Agriculture Committee text, ethnic language, and illicit finance. And they're expected to continue throughout this week. Now, meanwhile, industry advocates will maintain a strong presence on Capitol Hill. The Digital Chamber will host an advocacy day Tuesday, here today, bringing more than 50 members to meetings with senators and staff to advocate for the passage of the Clarity Act. The group will follow the effort Wednesday with a tax-focused fly-in, during which members will meet with House offices to discuss crypto tax clarity and recent legislative drafts from Ways and Means Committee. Now, quote, this is a quote from Digital Chamber CEO Cody Carbone. The urgency to act on Clarity is increasing as the legislative calendar shrinks. So it would absolutely be phenomenal to get some news out, some positive news this week. Now, I'm extremely optimistic. I know Senator Haggerty is calling for it to happen by the end of July. You know, the White House wants to get it knocked out and signed by July 4th, which would be phenomenal. But this is what we have going on this week. They are trying to push hard on this. Now, just yesterday, there was a webinar. Interesting webinar at that, which I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'll link it in the description if you guys want to listen to the whole thing. This live stream about the Ripple ecosystem and titled Ripple Quarterly Webinar with Mike Higgins, international CEO of Ripple Prime. I want to play you this clip. This timestamp is around the 17-minute and 22-second timestamp here, about him talking about the XRP and the XRPL. Remembering Ripple Prime, formerly known as Hidden Road, does $3 trillion annually, and what Ripple's goal is in bridging TradFi and this digital asset space. Listen here.
Right. I also want to ask you how you think about Ripple Prime's role within Ripple's broader institutional stack. So let's say payments, custody, treasury, and Prime all under one roof. We were talking about the stack a bit before, but what really is the bigger picture you're building toward here?
Yeah, I think so. We think with the XRP ledger and XRP in mind, right, as we're building things. And so, that's very important to the firm. And so taking the traditional, prime and clearing businesses and moving that on chain and moving that onto the ledger is definitely, directions that we're trying to move into. Just as the businesses move 24/7, stable coins are clearly needed.
So this is what Ripple has been doing for years, and positioning the XRPL and XRP to be that bridge to bringing TradFi on chain and change the world and bring the internet of value to this world. They've been playing 3D chess for a long time. And, when we heard about the acquisition with Hidden Road and them, getting now Ripple Prime, that wasn't something that was just thought up of, and they just said, we'll throw over $1 billion into Hidden Road. We think it's a good idea. This has been at play for a long time. And when you see those acquisitions come to surface, come to fruition. What we have to realize is that this is years in the making, and we are finally starting to see them introduce these products to institutions at mass scale. And their goal here, as he stated, has always been with the XRPL and XRP in mind first. Now, also, this clip I want to play you, it's almost a minute, 49 seconds. If JPY is liquid to XRP and GBP is liquid to XRP and USD is liquid to XRP, then JPY, GBP, USD are liquid to each other through XRP. XRP is in that great common money role because it's neutral. Now, before I play this clip, I see Quinn in the back. We're actually in Colorado right now on our way out to the West Coast, but we're having fun, and we got a lot of good updates coming out of this XRP ecosystem that we want to make sure we get them out on your radar. Now, this is 49 seconds. Let's play it right here.
But like other asset classes, there's lots of correlation between it. I'll give you a really simple example. You can buy and sell XRP against dollars. You can buy and sell XRP against Japanese yen or British pounds here in the UK or Europe, right? That adds a foreign exchange component, because if you're market making, as an example, XRP dollars to one client and XRP yen to another client, then you end up with a dollar yen platform. So it would be disruptive. It would be capital inefficient if you had to do your FX business separate to your digital asset business. And so these are some of the requirements we had early on from our clients to, again, do it all in a single location. The other thing is...
So again, XRP is great in that it is common money. Role is that it's neutral. It's a neutral bridge that can work with any currency in the world. And by November 2026, Fedwire, CHIPS, and SWIFT CBPR Plus are expected to be operating exclusively under ISO 20022 formats, and payments that do not meet the new standards risk rejection. Good thing we know XRP does meet the standards here. Now, real quickly on Egypt, Payments Infrastructure News did put out just yesterday, the Central Bank of Egypt announced the adoption of ISO 20022 across the Egyptian banking sector. And we know that Ripple and Egypt are very close. In fact, the blockchain firm Ripple has forged a partnership with Egypt's commercial international bank CIB to enhance cross-border payments by harnessing Ripple's advanced technology and digital currency XRP. And this is one thing that keeps me so excited, and I know many of you excited, and seeing what's been going on globally around the world with Ripple laying the groundwork here, preparing for this time to see all of this go live. And what are the whales doing? Well, Fidelity clearly told us. At the same time, wallets holding 1 million XRP or more than now control 74.1% of the supply, adding 1.53 billion tokens over 6 months. And whale buying at that size has historically landed before every major XRP move. Now, they go forth and talking about these $8 projections and $26 projections, which of course they're going to put out extremely conservative numbers. A company like Standard Chartered is going to put out an extremely conservative number, but in knowing that they know what's going on here. We're talking about global liquidity. We're talking about the rails of the new financial system, XRP being a big part of the global liquidity that is going to flow on chain. And what is coming is going to be massive. We've got the likes of Ripple Prime literally telling us that everything they do, they are keeping XRP and the XRPL in mind and putting all of this into place. And yes, it does have the XRP haters out there fuming. They're furious. But XRP continues to push forward. And those are my thoughts and my opinions. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Also below, guys, I'll have iTrust Capital link. You get the $100 funding sign up bonus with them to get a free institutional grade custody in crypto, Roth, and traditional IRAs that will save you a ton of money on taxes opposed to just handing it over to Uncle Sam. Tangent Wallet, also, if you don't already have self custody, 10% discount for the community with the link below for Tangem. I do recommend having some in self-custody as well as institutional grade custody with iTrust Capital. Again, I'll have those linked below. With that being said, guys, I appreciate both your time and support, and I'll see you all in the next one.